Hello, everyone. I, excuse me, know it's been far too long since the last time I make the video titled Seven Paths to Be a Billionaire. But here I am, and welcome back. Although I've also been making videos, I'm borderline between making videos like a content creator or as me just recording my life. But be as it may, it is the same thing. I also need to read more books and improve my vocabulary. But welcome back and let's get straight into it. The third path on being a billionaire is to own the infrastructures others depend on. The people who sold pickaxes during the gold rush made more money than most of the miners. In the 21st century, digital economy, excuse me, in the 21st century digital economy, the pickaxes are cloud infrastructure, payment processing, cyber security, and data storage. Amazon Web Services, the cloud infrastructure division of Amazon, excuse me. I guess I should just make content like I'm recording my life. But it's still the same thing because if I was going to teach you, I would structure my teaching. I'll just be saying, guys, and then I probably should also do that. But while we are here, Amazon Web Services, the cloud infrastructure division of Amazon, is worth more than the entire retail business. Interesting. That is the cloud infrastructure, Amazon Web Service cloud infrastructure that helps with your hosting and even domain is worth more than the Amazon retail business. Then we have Stripe, a payment processing company, is worth tens of billions because every online business needs to process payments, and Stripe built the best infrastructure for it. On the old Message Academy website, we have Stripe as the payment structure, which cost me around $600 to integrate. Shout out to Stripe for creating such ingenious payment method. Ingenious or genius? Genius? What is ingenious? I will check later. I could have checked now, but my iPhone has spoiled and having to go to my computer, switch my phone camera to the front, use the keyboard on my computer because this keyboard is not working, just feels like a drag. Does that mean I'm selfish? Just selfish. Does that mean I'm lazy? No. Does that mean I'm also selfish? Meaning, am I keeping information to myself? I don't think so. I'm not selfish. But I self reflect a lot, so if I am, I'll let you guys know and I will correct myself. Anyways, we have Stripe on Academy, although the website is down. But no one has ever used it because I don't have foreign audience, and the Nigerian audience would rather use Paystack because Paystack works in Nigeria and Stripe does not, sadly. I spent so much money on Academy and now it has shut down. Lord help me, please. But I understand the process and I trust the process. And I hope I don't become one of those people that trust the process till they are 90. So God help me If you're watching this and you can fund my company, please send me an email. I'll put it in my bio. But also, I'm not proud. It is israelademoroti@gmail.com. You can use my company, but Ostinger is not. We are using free Ostinger for our business email. So I don't want to risk your email getting stuck because sometimes the email gets stuck and we have to offload and upload when it gets stuck. There's a lot of process to that explanation. I'm sorry. My tech guy can explain that better. But if you want to contact me at israelademoroti@gmail.com if you're interested in sponsoring or financing my company. Thank you. Okay. Then back to own the infrastructure others depend on. This is why your vision. Okay, so I've spoken about Amazon Web Services and I've spoken about Stripe. Then the next paragraph is this is why your vision of moving Misfit Architect from reseller hosting to owning actual infrastructure is so strategically important. The company that owns the infrastructure that other businesses depend on has enormous and durable value. Excuse me. Okay. While applying for funding, or rather, let me start from the onset. The onset is Misfit Architects provides reseller hosting and domain. And what does that mean? We provide hosting and domain services, but we are a reseller hosting and domain platform, meaning that we resell another person's hosting and domain. So we partner with a bigger company, we purchase from them basically. It's not an official partnership. We just purchase from them and we resell, and it is not illegal, very legal. We upgraded to the 55 monthly fee subscription, which allows us to generate unlimited cPanels and also allows us to sell the hosting and domain of that platform. I won't tell you that platform because that is a trader's business. Actually, I could tell you, but I'll have to ask my developer. But I think it is Hostinger. I think it's Hostinger. So we just sell Hostinger's domain and hosting, basically. But we use it as our own because we have our own software. And then there is WordPress in the cPanel. So we also use WordPress to build websites. So yeah, we have created something very interesting and something very micromanaged. Not bad. But when I was trying to apply for funding, I decided to want to have my own infrastructures in Africa because we are partnering. If we can have our own infrastructures, the fee that we charge will be cheaper and we would actually have something owned by Africa. Although I think there are African cloud infrastructures. I don't know much about the African competition, which is bad because this is my company and I should. But I know about GoDaddy, I know about Hostinger, I know about Amazon Web Services, and most of them are owned by European companies or American companies. So I would rather we just have ours in Africa. So I decided to also ask for that in my funding, which was why my funding fee was up to $1 billion. So yeah. So basically we can do that. We will provide it at a cheap fee, and students that comes to us, they will be able to use our services at an affordable fee. Then in as much as although Misfits Academy would be EdTech and SaaS, you can also come to Misfit Academy and make use of our SaaS software, which would be you learning how to build websites by yourself as a business owner, and you can also provide and we will also provide you hosting and domain. I hope I am making sense. So if we are able to pull it off and get our infrastructure, one, excuse me, I should talk slower. So if we are able to, excuse me for saying so, if we are able to get our own infrastructure, one, students after learning will be able to use the hosting and domain services to build websites, and they won't be charged as much fee as they would be charged if we were just still reseller hosting and domain. Two, business owners can come to our platform and use just the architect section, and when they use the architect section, they can use it to build websites and maintain their website themselves, and we will also provide them, what will we provide them? We provide them hosting and domain. And then that way we can even get some of our students to actually help the business owners to manage their website for them, or the business owners also get the training to manage their own website by themselves. And I'm thinking of making the training course free, so you'll learn how to build websites using the software for free, and you can host using the domain services for free for like a period of time. Then you now have to go pro, because I don't think it can be free forever. Although when we were running architects back then in 2024 to 2026, architects was free for 90% of the time, but I realized that I was able to make the money from selling the course as an AI website creation. And I once said that I only made 100,000 naira from architect, which is true. I made up to, not over, I made up to 100,000 naira from architects, because much people didn't go pro. They were just okay with the www.websitename.mixedarchitect.com. They were okay with that, and so they never went pro. But we sold the course, so we made money. But if we make the course free, and going pro would be the one that you pay for, because I'm trying to also do something that can empower the youths and the Nigerians for free, so that we can build the Nigerian economy. So I want the Nigerian economy to be built, because that is one of my greatest goals and greatest visions. I hope I have made sense. So that way, because if I hope I've made sense, because we can actually have an edtech company selling courses, paid courses and free courses. Then we would have our software company, which is Mixed Architect, both infused into one ecosystem. After infusing into one ecosystem, students or individuals, I call them students because they are coming to learn, but individuals can just come, and individuals can be students in secondary school, students in university, or any students, then individuals, professionals, people with formal education, people with informal education, they can come to us. That is Misfit Ecosystem, which I will still call Misfit Academy. So they will come to Misfit Academy, which is an application, and that has paid courses that they can pay for. There are free courses that they can take for free. So paid courses they will take, they will learn a skill, they will get a certificate. Free courses they will not pay, but they will get a skill by learning the course and also get a certificate. Now, depending on the course you get from us, either paid or free, you can now use the architect that is still inside Misfit Academy application to launch a website. So let's say I come here and I make AI website creation free. You come to Academy, you learn how to create a website for free of charge. Then you come to Architect and you utilize the software and you use it to build a website using WordPress for free of charge. Then you build it on a subdomain and we will provide you your hosting for free. So you learn a skill for free and you build a website for free. Beautiful. But the website will be built on our subdomain. So if your name is John, it will be www.john.misfitarchitect.com. You understand? Let's continue. So now, if you now want to go pro, you now pay for a yearly subscription on whatever package you want. Then your website will be www.john.com. So you get the skill for free. You know how to utilize. You get a course for free. You learn how to use the skill for free. And then when you are on our subdomain, you are using it for free. So your website is functioning and we are paying for it for free. But when you want your website to be a professional website, then you pay a subscription fee. Now I did that and it was not sustainable until I started selling the course, because when you build your website, someone has to be paying for it. Someone has to be paying for your hosting. And although you're on our subdomain, you are able to use our subdomain because we went for a high package. Because if we're using a smaller package, our subdomain will be exhausted, to the best of my knowledge. But we had a huge package, so we were using it. My developer can explain this better. I'll probably ask him to make a video explaining how Architect works fully. So yeah, so you can use our subdomain, then we pay for your hosting. So you pay for your hosting, but you won't pay for your domain because there isn't a subdomain actually. So we won't pay for your domain, but we'll pay for your hosting. But we already pay for our domain, and because there isn't a subdomain, we are already paying for your domain indirectly. If that makes sense. So we'll be paying for your domain because you'll be built under our subdomain, and we'll be paying for your hosting. And you can use a lot of our subdomain, yes, because we have a higher package. The lady has explained this thing to me a lot of times, 1,000 times, but not literally 1,000 times. But yes, that is how it works. So when the course was free, this was very unsustainable because we just kept paying, and no money or no revenue was being generated. But when we started selling the course, we started generating revenue from the course to maintain Architects. And so with the new business model, if we can get our own infrastructure, then one is that we are still trying to keep the model free and make it sustainable, but I want the course to be free because I want to teach them a skill. I want to teach people a skill for free, and I want the website creation to also be free. And then when you want to go pro, then you now pay. So I'm still thinking of how to make it very sustainable because it is a good idea and it is actually an empowering idea that would actually empower people, and it will make people's lives better because people will have skills of being able to build websites. And if you can build a website, whatever is in your head, you can start implementing it and you can start becoming a business person, and you have a skill that you can trade for money. You can trade it to several people. There are billions of people on the planet, and sometimes I feel like this might cause an inflation in website creators. Well, it will cause a rise in website creators, but it will also allow a job opportunity. And inflation is not a bad thing because then more people will be entrepreneurs and we will not need to develop. We will not need to just depend on the government all the time. And we can also work for different companies in different countries. And then more people will also have the idea. Although there might be a saturation, but when that bridge comes, we will cross it. And it is still a good bridge to cross because it is better to cross a bridge where there are lots of website creators meaning there are lots of people with a skill than people with no skill at all. That is a good bridge. And then we can implement it, and we can implement other strategies to make things better. So rather than wanting to create something 100% extremely amazing, which is not really possible based on reading the works of entrepreneurs, let us just go slow and steady. So yeah, I was also thinking that we will partner with different companies to provide different AI softwares on architects that they can use as a channel, like Zapier, anything. But that is later on. Let's first create a structure that works. So the problem is just how to maintain architects for free inside academy as an ecosystem, because the courses here that are paid, they are paid, so they are generating revenue, and there will be lots of very sophisticated courses here. So this is free to empower the masses, but there are really good courses in the paid course. So I mean by this, what I mean by this is free is the AI website creation. It is free to empower the masses. Do you guys understand? Please ask questions in the comment section. So once again, Academy Architect. Academy, website for course selling. Architect, software to build websites. Now, this functions as a online school. An online school, we sell paid courses, we sell free courses. You get a certificate after your training. With paid courses, you pay. With free courses, you do not pay. But in both cases, you get a certificate. For paid courses, we have the general course, general class, and the one-on-one class. So general class, we have a general class. One-on-one class, we have a one-on-one class with the tutor. And they have different price margins, different price points. But the free class, you don't have a one-on-one tutor. You don't even have a tutor, you just watch the videos. And for the general, you have a tutor, but it teaches you with alongside several students. But with the one-on-one class, you have a one-on-one tutor. But and then that is how it works. But free, no tutor. Paid, a tutor for either general class, a tutor for either general class, or a tutor for either one-on-one class. With Architect is a hosting and domain software that generates a panel and uses WordPress to build websites. Now, we created a course on Academy called AI Website Creation to show you how to use AI to build websites using Architect. Before, the course was on Architect. We hosted it on Architect and it was free. So you could use Architect to build websites for free. No hidden cost, no extra charges. But you will build the website on our subdomain and we will provide you hosting. So we'll provide you indirect domain free. I'll provide you hosting free. And your domain would be if your name is John, www.john.misfitarchitect.com, and the misfit is mftsarchitect.com. If you want to go pro and you want your website to be www.john.com, then you now pay for our domain and our hosting services so that you can stand on your own. But while you are standing on our services, on our own service, you don't pay. And I did that for a long time, over 6 months, close to a year actually, but it was not sustainable. Actually, close to a year. Maybe for like close to 10 months for free. Then we made it paid for like a few couple of months. 2024 to 2025. So we made it free for like up to a year, close to like 10 months. Then we never even made it paid. What was paid was the course. So before, the course was on architect and it was free, but later we now made the course paid. So we never made it not free. We never made it not paid. It was always free. Am I making sense? So it was always free, but it was the course that we now moved from architect to academy, and we made the course free. Nope, I have made sense. Then the course, you can pay for the course and then use architect. That was after 10 months. But when we were teaching secondary school students and university students AI website creation, it was free for them, although people were paying. And we made it, when people were paying, it was a bundle: AI website creation, AI automation, AI graphics design, AI website creation, and AI chatbot creation. We taught all the courses in the bundle except from AI automation because the tutor and I were not forthcoming. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah. Then my running architect was difficult because it was always free and it was not very sustainable. So for the first 10 months, it was academy that was sponsoring architects. Then after a while, academy was still sponsoring architects, but it was easier thanks to the AI website creation course. So that made things easier. And I still want to have that model, but I want it to be sustainable, and I want academy and architect to be an ecosystem so that we can have AI website creation as a course for free, people using our software to build websites for free and teaching them a skill for free. But then when they want to go pro, they go and pay a subscription fee. So yeah. And then I want us to have infrastructure so that we are not a reseller hosting and domain. Now we provide hosting and domain at the forefront, but at the back end, we are a reseller. We are partnering with a bigger company to be reselling theirs. So we are a reseller. That makes sense. So if you have our own infrastructures, you don't have to resell. My phone is about to die, and I see this a lot. So yeah, that is what basically our business, our operation is, or what we are building. And our business model is just making money from academic courses and making money from subscription fee here, but using the software for free to you subscribe to be pro. Yeah, my phone is about to die and I have to wrap this video up. So it says here again that this is why your vision of moving Misfit Architects from reseller hosting to owning actual infrastructure is so strategically important. The company that owns the infrastructure that other businesses depend on has enormous and durable value, which is true. So we can pay less money to the resellers, to the main providers, and students can pay less money in subscription. And we also want to be a B2B company. Phone is about to die. So we want to be a B2C and a B2B, business to consumer and business to business. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. Like and subscribe.